Hello guys. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about some changes regarding Model 2. Okay, so Model 2, what we were doing previously was we were looking for the last rejection from the GB level before price broke into the new DR. Okay, and then we waited for FEGs to form at those GB levels to enter the trade. Okay, so this was before. So the only change that I'm going to make right now is so we are going to use the concept of external range liquidity to internal range liquidity. Okay, so we are going to look only for the external range liquidity rejection from the GB level, and we are going to only reference that level in the next DR. And if an FEG is created at that level or at the opposite GB level, we are going to take a trade. Okay, so let's analyze this and see how many trades we could have won using the new change. Okay, so I'll pick somewhere from random here. Okay, so this is the last uh, rejection from the GB level, and this is your external liquidity which has not been tapped yet. Okay, so any swing high within this will become your internal liquidity. So you got rejected from 53, right? And we broke into the new DR. Okay, so when the price came in, so our FEG is this, which is at 47. Okay, and the price rejected from here, and we could consider even this as our FEG. This was at 47 as well, so the price rejected from the same levels. Okay, so now if we are in this dealing range, we have to look what happened here. So this was our last rejection, so this is again at 47, so it's pretty much similar to what has happened here. So you continue with the same thing. So you have your FEG here, you had your small FEG here, which is also touching 47. Okay, so probably these trades would have been, if you had taken, it would have been a loss. Very tiny FEG, but this FEG, if you are taking it here, it would have been a loss. Okay, so the one thing that we always need to take care of is the liquidity. Okay, so once this large pool of liquidity is taken and there is nothing else in this dealing range for the market to come down for, right? So then you cannot look for shorts again. This is when you look for what is the last reference level, or what is the last external range liquidity in this dealing range to try and take advantage, to take a long trade in the next DR. Okay, so if you look into the buy side of the curve, so you have 41 as the reference. So you get an immediate FUG here, so at 59, so you could have been a buyer right away here, and you could have exited at 41. Okay, and again you have an FUG at 41. This one could have been another entry, or even this could have been another entry. So the FEG low should be your stop loss, and our stop loss never gets hit. Okay, and we continue here. Okay, so although the price came back and took this liquidity, okay, So now this doesn't become your external range liquidity. This is still within this. Okay, so even the price comes back into this dealing range, we are referencing 41 and 59 yet. Okay. So here again you can see a small FVG that is created between 41 and 59. You can take an entry there. Okay. And here also a volume imbalance at 41, price takes support. 41 FVG, price takes support. Okay, and we kind of end it at 59. So now we are referencing 59. This is our external range liquidity because there is nothing else here. So if you get an opportunity to short, so this is a huge FVG. This is something I would avoid, because if we were wrong here, the stop loss would become too huge. Okay. But still the market did respect this fair value gap, and we came down till here. Again, the purge of liquidity, all that liquidity that was engineered here was purged here. So looking for shorts is not something that I would take. Okay. Unless the market really shows you that it wants to go. Okay, the wick uh, here in this dealing range is kind of an indication that the price is being pushed up. So you're gonna take 29 as a reference now, because now this becomes your external range liquidity. And since we took this, so you're going to reference, so this is your FVG at 71, price dips into it, then takes off. Again at 71, price dips into it, takes off. 71, takes off. Okay. So all these are your internal range liquidity, because in this dealing range there is no liquidity grab, no liquidity grab, no liquidity grab. So we are still referencing this. Okay. So pretty much we would have won all the trades that we would have taken, given that you are looking into the liquidity part as well. So I was also looking for the daily chart that I shared, right? So if you have this higher time frame bias as well using GB levels, so you know, so we were coming after taking equal lows here, and we took support at 41, right? So we are going at least minimum to this 41, and there is a liquidity here, so obviously we might push it to 59 to grab this liquidity, and then probably reverse. Okay, so having this in my mind, I knew the longs would work. Okay, so then you could completely avoid taking shorts, you could only look for longs, and it would have worked. Okay, so the only change that I'm going to make is, so we are not going to look at every rejection from the GB level before it breaks into the new DR. We are only going to refer to the external liquidity in this dealing range, and that dealing range, sorry, whatever the GB level is, we are going to reference that. And if there is an FVG in that dealing, in that GB level or in the opposite GB level, we are going to take a trade. Okay, say for example here, so 71 is the rejection, although we are consolidating right now. Okay, the FVG that we should be seeing here is at 71. Okay, I don't see anything here. At 29, we could see this FVG, and price is reacting from it right now. Okay, and these liquidities are pending, so we can expect the price to go till the 71. After this, I'm not going to look. I mean, I can look for it because you can see these are equal lows pending right at 29. So we can expect the price once 3 o'clock London kill zone starts. I'm sure we are going to come for this equal lows and then continue our upwards journey, because the overall long-term bearish, I mean long-term bias is bullish. Okay, I'm going to update the rules in the Discord, but it's this is what I've been seeing. Uh, it's not confusing because we are not changing the GB level references all the time. We are only looking for one external liquidity, and as long as this is untouched, this is our reference point. Okay, whenever the price comes back, comes into this daily range. Okay, hope this helps. I'm going to post this video, so please take a look and ask me any questions. Thank you.